why do you think the U.S. Senate or the United States would like to extend or amend their existing defense treaty with the Philippines when they already got what they wanted? What the US wants is to secure a forward operating base in Southeast Asia, and the ideal location is the Philippines. They already got what they wanted. O, mapapaalis mo ba yan? Sino matapang mo papaalis? Baka ikudeta ka ng mga militar.
Paano ba masasabi ng isang bansa na kontrolado niya yung, kumbaga, nasa kanya pa rin yung teritoryo, maigigiit pa rin niya na sa kanya yung teritoryo, kung wala tayong any assets doon sa mismong lugar, SAS?
Well, in any territorial disputes, talagang brasuhan dyan. So kung sino yung mas malakas materially capable, edi sila yung magkakaroon ng effective control. So that is the classic game of territorial dispute, brasuhan. So ang nangyayari kasi dito sa Escoda Shoal and the entire South China Sea conflict, this is a game being played by the Philippines using playing a classic game of territorial wrestling. Hindi ka talaga mananalo. Malakas yung kalaban mo eh. There is already a offer on the table by China since mid-80s to pursue joint development, because it is impossible for China to give up their claim. And of course, it's unimaginable for Philippines to give up its claim. So, dead end yang usapin na akin yan because pareho kayong nagkiklaim na sa inyo eh. And there's no way that you can get out of that impasse but to shelve it and actually pursue joint development for mutual benefit.
Mm-hmm. And nabubuksan din yung issue na bukas din ang National Maritime Council sa proposal na magkaroon or magrenta pa ng mga ships para ma-expand yung presensya sa West Philippine Sea. Tingin mo makakatulong ito na wala ring nagawa, di ba, yung sarili nating mga barko? Magagawa ba kung magrenta tayo?
Madali lang naman salita dyan, may kikita. Wala namang ma-achieve yan. Yung mga Pilipino, ano ba sa tingin ninyo ang endgame diyan sa South China Sea? May malinaw bang endgame? Kung ang endgame ninyo ay mapaalis ang China, is that realistic? Hindi mo nga mapaalis ang Malaysia sa Sabah, mas mahina yung Malaysia sa China, ha? Hindi ba? So ano yung endgame mo? Ano ba yung realistic na endgame? Ngayon, kung sa tingin ng karamihang Pilipino na realistic na endgame na mapaalis dyan totally ang China, then i-pursue ninyo. Magsayang kayo ng pera, magsayang kayo ng panahon, pero alam na natin kung anong patutunguhan yan. You will fail, as simple as that. No? Unless, of course, there's some sort of miracle that would happen na magi-give up ang China. And of course, it's unimaginable as well for the Philippines to give up its claim. So bakit kailangan mo mapalagay ng barko? What exactly is it that you want? If your goal na maglalagay ka dyan, magrerenta ka ng mga barko-barkuhan ay para mapaalis ang China, you will never do that. You will never achieve that. Ngayon, ano ngayon yung goal mo? Bakit ka magsispend ng ganong resources? Again, ulit-ulitin ko, the only realistic option there is joint development for China, and it's just a matter of the agreement design in order for it to have a more amicable arrangement.
At ito po yung nangyari after ng pagkakaroon ng usapan. Di ko lang alam kung anong resulta ng usapan, panibagong usapan with Pilipinas and China, SAS. Baka may balita ka doon sa kung ano yung kanilang napag-usapan.
Yeah, of course, I have news there, no? You know what? I'm based in Beijing. And hindi ko nga alam na nandito pala si Yusek Lazaro sa Beijing. And a Chinese friend of mine asked me, the Undersecretary of Department of Foreign Affairs is actually in Beijing. And I was surprised because I didn't know. Did you even know that? Admar and MJ? Di ba? Parang it was a very low-key event which was supposed to be a huge one because hello, ano bang purpose ng pagbisita mo? Of course may pinaplansya ka, but nevertheless hindi lang yan resulta, yung pag-withdraw hindi lang yan ang resulta noon. Kung matatandaan natin, bago pumunta si Yusek Lazaro sa dito sa Beijing, bumisita muna ang National Security Advisor ng United States na si Jake Sullivan. And of course, after that is nagkaroon ng video conference ang dalawang top-ranking commanders ng militaries ng China at ng United States. And ang purpose ng video call na yon is to actually foster a mutual trust and to avoid understanding. So it was a confidence building measure. And after that, dun ko na nakita dito si Lazaro sa Beijing. And of course, ang pinag-uusapan dito is the South China Sea because it is in line with I think it's already the 8th bilateral consultation mechanism between China and the Philippines on the South China Sea. So after all those events, nakita natin na nag-withdraw yung Teresa Magbanwa ng mga Coast Guard, and true enough, dapat ka talaga mag-withdraw dyan because remember, the BRP Teresa Magbanwa is a newly acquired Coast Guard ship from China during the Duterte administration. Ang mahal niya na ilang bilyong yen yan, no? Yang Teresa Magbanwa at hindi pa natin tapos bayaran yan. Can you imagine? Isa-stack mo yan ng 2 buwan? Ilang buwan ba? 2 buwan na 1 buwan? Parang 2 buwan ata silang nandyan sa Sabina Escoda Shoal, no? So what we see, and of course, no, it's a territorial dispute. What exactly are you expecting China to do? To just watch you stay there? Of course not, no? So nakita na natin ang dynamics pareho sa Scarborough Shoal, pareho sa Ayungin Shoal, pareho sa Sabina Shoal. So bakit ba tayo nag-expect na mababago ang dynamics sa mga pinagagawa natin? Baka naman kasi ang dapat natin gawin ay tanggapin natin kung ano ang realistic option sa Pilipinas tungkol dyan. Hindi ba? Paulit-ulit tayong ganito eh. So wala ka na-achieve because wala kang realistic na end goal sa South China Sea.
Baka lagi pang umaasa sa mga pangako ng Estados Unidos na hanggang ngayon wala pang tayong nararamdaman sa issue dyan sa South China Sea, West Philippine Sea na yan. Kasi ang alam natin, hindi kailanman kinikilala ng Estados Unidos yung mga disputed area na yan. Diba? Tapos meron na namang issue maliban doon sa Ayungin, dyan na naman sa Escoda Shoal. Wala pa tayo, parang ang pinaka-recent lang ang sinasabi, handa ang Estados Unidos na sumama mag-escort. Lagi na lang ganito yung ating mga naririnig pero hanggang sa kasalukuyan ay wala pa rin. Mangyayari pa ba ito, Sas?
Well, remember, hindi lang China ang nakikipag-agawan sa Pilipinas diyan. Nandiyan na rin ang Vietnam. And of course, the Republic of China, Taiwan. Ito nakakalimutan ng mga Pilipino na ang Beijing at ang Taipei, ang mga authorities na nasa Beijing at Taipei ay iisa ang basihan ng claim, and that is the Chinese claim. Okay? So ngayon, ikaw, sa tingin mo ba na magsaside sa'yo ang United States against Taiwan? Pareho ng claim ang Beijing at Taipei. Obviously not. So, kung tutulungan ka niyan at mapasa iyo yan, sinong magrereklamo? Magrereklamo parehong mga authorities sa Beijing at Taipei because they are all claiming what they believe are Chinese territories. Okay? That is both the belief of the authorities in Taiwan and in Beijing. Okay? They are claiming that this is part of China. Okay? So, Depende na lang kung anong interpretation nila ng China, but that is the basics of their claim. So ngayon, bakit katutulungan ng United States against Taiwan? Anyone who could answer the question? Why? Hindi ka nga tinulungan ng United States against Malaysia and against Vietnam. At sa tingin mo, tutulungan ka against China? No. You are on your own. Siguro kung gusto ng mga Pilipinas magpakategi, go yan. Gustong-gusto yan ng United States dahil may engage ang China sa isang gera at magpapadala na lang sila ng pera katulad ng ginagawa nila sa Ukraine. But other than that, that's it, pansit. No? Ano ba sa tingin ninyo? What exactly would the United States gain kung i-escortan, sasama ka sa pag-escort, magdala ng pagkain? So ginawa mo upang tagadala ng pagkain yung United States. Are you out of your mind? Do you know how much is an operation? Anong makukuha nila pag in-escortan ka? Any material gain? No. The US foreign policy, they measure the gain that they will get out of a particular operation. And you know why they do that? Because the United States is a mature state actor. They base their decisions on a real cost-benefit analysis of any action taken. So ano magiging cost ng pag-escort niya sa'yo at ano magiging benefit for the United States? I think the Filipinos, no, especially the decision makers in Malacanang and Congress and Senate, whoever is commenting on this foreign policy topic, please stop thinking in terms of rainbows, unicorns, etc. Think in terms of reality. Ask yourself, what is exactly the United States would gain if they're going to confront China directly? None. Just as much as the United States did not confront Russia directly, ang ginawa niya, yung Ukraine yung isinugod niya to confront Russia. So that's most probably what's going to be the ending of the Philippines kung itutuloy-tuloy pa natin itong kabalintunutang foreign policy na ito ni Bongbong Marcos.
Sas, naalala ko, di ba, meron ding parang suggestion si BBM na amyendahan yung MDT at kabilang doon kasi para maging akma na sa panahon ngayon na magkaroon ng joint patrol yung US at Pilipinas. Eh hanggang ngayon wala na tayong narinig kung ito ba'y pinabura ng Estados Unidos mga ilang buwan na. Last ano yata nila yun, pagpupulong doon sa Amerika. Eh hanggang ngayon, kumbaga patunay na rin ito na talagang walang plano ang Estados Unidos na makisawsaw talaga dyan sa West Philippine Sea at tayo lang dito sa ating pamahalaan ang nagmamatigas na andyan pa rin si Uncle Sam.
Well, Atmar, again, that's unicorns and rainbow. Do you know what it takes in order for a treaty to be amended? Okay, it will be debated. It will have to be approved by the U.S. Senate. Why do you think the U.S. Senate or the United States would like to extend or amend their existing defense treaty with the Philippines when they already got what they wanted? What the US wants is to secure a forward operating base in Southeast Asia, and the ideal location is the Philippines. They already got what they wanted. O, mapapaalis mo ba yan? Sino matapang magpapaalis? Baka ikudeta ka ng mga militar. Pag pinalis mo ang US bases, hindi ba? How exactly, di ba? Ito ngayong, remember, ang EDCA ngayon ay hindi na to katulad ng military bases dati ng United States. One, of course, it's not permanent, but it is still permanent in a temporary way. You know, hindi mo basta-basta mapapaalis yan because it's not governed by a treaty. In order to remove that, the president has to actually tell them to go. Ang hirap, di ba? At tingin mo, Bongbong Marcos would be able to do that. Sabi na, hindi mo i-amendahan, papaalisin namin kayo. Of course, it's unthinkable that the Bongbong Marcos would be able to do that. But of course, we're hoping that he would do that for our sake, for our benefits. So wala ka maamendahan dyan because the United States already got what they wanted. They have now, 17 military bases in the Philippines.
And wala rin tayong nakita ring action. Ang dami ng issue dyan sa South China Sea, West Philippine Sea, na nangyayari na laging lugi ang Pilipinas, pero hanggang bibig lang, lip service lang ang ginagawa nitong Estados Unidos, bagamat may presensya sila dito sa Pilipinas.
Ano ang gagawin yan? Ano nga ang mahihita nila dyan? That is a complex territorial dispute. As simple as that. No? Ano man sa tingin ng mga decision makers natin? Ang bargaining power natin against the United States is strong? Of course not. Can you tell the United States, oh, gawin niyo ito, kung hindi niyo ito ginawa, ito ang mangyayari sa inyo? Do you really think the United States will be threatened? No, nakuha na nga nila yung gusto nila. So, bakit pa nila kailangang paghirapan?
Sas, meron lang akong isang tanong. Kasi maganda yung pagkalatag mo sa lahat at seemingly yan yung nangyayari ngayon sa Pilipinas. Para kasing lumalabas ngayon sa ating foreign affairs na pamamahala is yung i-quote ko yung sinabi ni former Ambassador Bobby Tiglao. Sabi niya, bahala na kayo leadership style. Parang ganun yung nangyayari. Anong masasabi mo doon? Bahala na kayo dyan. Parang ganun.
Totoo nga, Admar and Jay. Kaya bahala na ang tingin natin. Kasi nga wala nga malinaw na endgame. Ano ba yung endgame mo? Di ba? Pick and choose an endgame and make sure that you can say that it is realistic. No, it is a smart endgame. Kaya nga bahala na kasi wala silang malinaw na endgame. Ngayon, wala kang endgame dyan, di bahala na talaga ang mangyayari.